I just want to have a conversation about kids being kids. I had this day yesterday where I was watching these horrific stories about these children, and they were placed in this position where they were. I want to have a conversation about emotional intelligence and kids. I was watching these stories yesterday. These were just horrific stories. One was the Sound of Hope possum trap story, and then it was another story. It was based on how this child was just never loved and never wanted, and she was put in these horrible positions. And a lot of the adults involved were very hardened, and they were not sympathetic to the fact that these children never received any type of love, never really cared about them. In one story, the other story, we had people were who definitely did try their best, and it was difficult, and they tried their best. But the whole point of that is, I wanted to point out, children do not have the emotional intelligence as adults. And you may say dull to that, but there are actually people that will see a child have an attitude and get upset with that child as if that is a grown woman or grown man. A child does not have the same level of emotional intelligence as an adult. We need to really reevaluate how we process and receive stuff. And we need to be careful at what we label a child. I'm starting to understand, specifically, because one thing I know is the grace that you give out is the same grace you can receive. So if you're a person that's extremely critical of other people, and then all of a sudden you start to understand that people are distancing themselves from you, and you really reevaluate the situation, you're like, well, I didn't even do anything that wrong. Are you overly critical of other people? That could be a problem. I'm understanding, and this is something I'm preaching to myself. We have to be careful at what we speak, what we say to about other people, especially a child. A child does not have the emotional intelligence as an adult. They just don't. They're children. They get upset about a toy that they can't find, and maybe it's at the bottom of their toy bucket, and then they feel like their whole morning is ruined. They're children. We're supposed to give children grace. We're supposed to have a sense of understanding, because unfortunately there are adults who do not have emotional intelligence. And so I just want you to sit there and really think, am I giving my kid grace? Am I understanding that this is a child? I do not have to take offense to what she is doing. Maybe I should take more time to talk to her, to listen to her, to actually try to figure out how to resolve the problem. That's it. Because we have to be careful at what we take offense to. God bless, and do everything you can to glorify the wonderful name of Jesus Christ.